Hold on.
So, and the best part is
Sorry,
I
actually.
I literally just hit the go live button too. So as we're going live, Judd is standing over here. Jared's about to leave so that he can go get drinks. My name is Jamie, and I am joined by oh my god, and I'm joined by Ryan.
Yeah.
What are we even doing?
I don't know.
My shoelace got stuck.
I don't know. And the best part is this has been such a chaotic day already.
Oh my gosh.
This is my Chipotle, or as Carrie and I call it Chipotle. That I'm eating, that I'm scarfing down, like in between trying to get things online and working. But welcome to the live show. We're gonna just let you. Did you fix your?
My shoe's fixed.
We're gonna hello. We're gonna let the chaos happen. First off, I want to say, Ryan, I love the thumbnail that you built. The space.
You're
Nerds.
very welcome. You're very welcome.
Thank you. I thought that was absolutely awesome. I don't even have my chat room open. Thing is, like, I literally just rolled up right now. Yeah, you do have to love tomorrow. It's always chaos in one way or another.
Friday chaos.
Hey, Ryan, did you want to start us off with? I feel like you had a story that you put into your.
I have a couple. First, I'll get this out of the way because you can't talk about it. Starlink now has a boat edition, and for some reason they've used like relatively small boats in the promotional material, even though it's definitely not designed for that, because it does cost a wee bit of money, as they say up north. I think it was something like $5,000 for the kit, and then $3,000 a month for the.
It says somewhere on that webpage. It says somewhere on that webpage, I think. But you're right. One of the numbers is 5,000.
One of them's 5,000. One of them's like 3,000, 2,000, something like that. They've got examples of it working on their.
I mean, to be fair, like,
fleet.
yeah, to be fair, that's pretty. Thank you very much, Jared. That's
Who's
compared to other maritime services, it's like super good value for money.
Yeah.
It's just this thing is designed for like big shipping.
Oh, there we go.
Ships and oil tankers and stuff like that.
Tickle stuff
for
got
like
us.
the crew on board to use.
It's $10,000 US for the kit, but it's $5,000 per month.
Oof.
More than
That's cheap.
Well, actually, that is not bad. And as someone who was literally
not
earlier
bad
today
for maritime stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It's just it's expensive.
I mean, it's not for you and me.
No, it's.
I mean,
not. I don't have a boat.
When I get my super yacht.
When?
Yeah, not.
More crucial.
I didn't say about owning a boat.
I did not say if. I said when. No, what do they say about owning a boat?
Oh, well, the two happiest days of owning a boat are when you get it and when you sell it.
I love going out on ships. I absolutely love and adore it. Like,
what is your next big event that's going to stress you out enough to place an order?
Okay, so for those who don't know, whenever Company X has a very, very large event, like a spacecraft unveil, or the Company X CEO gets up on stage and does a huge thing, I'm running those events, right? So they're very stressful events, and I'm usually like 30 hours on, 4 off, 30 on, 4 off, and I usually make myself really sick. And so like every major purchase in my life, like huge cars, houses, stuff like that, have been like right after one of these events. Every single one. Yeah.
Your
Next
Tesla
time
Model
there's a
D.
Starship update, we need to place bets on what Jamie will buy next.
So,
I'm going to say a Wally Power 118 boat. I would get one of those.
JTTV does have a question that I just pushed full screen, but I can't answer it. I really shouldn't be answering any of these things. So, like, I'll
on
leave
the
that.
promotional material, it's the flat dish. As you can see, this is one of SpaceX's actual vessels. There are other dishes shaped things here, as you can see, but the Starlinks are flat. So from this, I'm going to garner that they're going to stick with the kind of flat design. As you can see here, flat.
Do they track?
But they can change it. They can change it. Well, the actual... It's hard with a boat because you're moving around.
Yeah.
So...
That's what we're told, yes.
Yeah. That's as far as I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah, I've only been on a couple boats in my life, but they were not what I would have called stable platforms.
Damn it.
So,
Focus.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna...
Anyways, I think Dudda's going to be running back out here. very shortly.
That it is.
So
How come? Oh, well, there's another question in the chat room. Let me see if I can pop that into preview while he's doing that. Let's see here. Where is... Nope. I gotta find it. This is very, very social. There we go. Oh, I star wiped this thing. Why is it on wipe?
This is as bad as me. This is as bad as me.
It is as bad as you. Question that again I cannot answer, but I leave it to you guys.
Are these terminals the same ones from premium service? Dunno. Gonna be honest, they look exactly the same. I'm going to be completely honest. The residential Starlink now has the same shaped dish as the business. It's the same shaped dish as the RV. It's the same shaped dish as the boat link, as I'm going to call it, maritime version. Like, look at this.
Boat link.
And no, I can't click. Look, residential,
buoy
business, RV, and then maritime. Like, you're telling me there's a difference between them? Obviously, we can't see inside them. But they're all the same shape, so they must not be too dissimilar from each other.
I just want to say, as someone who goes camping and outdoors a lot, I really love where they put the Starlink for RVs at. They put it on the ground, which is a great place for someone in the middle of the night to either like step on it and destroy it or drive over it. Like, fantastic position for you to just absolutely demolish that dish. So in other words, if you have one, don't put it on the ground. Put it on top of whatever you're on. So like that right there. See? Good position. So I don't know anything about boats.
No one's gonna be trampling on these.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know boats, admittedly. So I assume that nobody's gonna be walking up there. Or there.
I'd say about this one.
To do that. I mean, I don't know.
Don't snap the wire, anyone.
Yeah. I don't think anyone will drive over that.
Just kick it off the deck and it's hanging on. Does that also double as an anchor? Just curious.
I also love that these dishes were like designed by somebody who like all they had was like a ruler. You know. Like there's just something great about it. I'm sure it has to do with
there's some French curve in there somewhere.
I'm sure it has to do with RF or how it handles whatever magic incantational wizardry that is electromagnetic engineering or electrical engineering.
No, ma'am. The RF is the black magic.
It is. I don't understand how it works.
Caravel's comment: Company X is not liable for users driving over their own Starlink terminals.
Or cables.
Or cables, yeah.
Okay.
Just like how, now I'm thinking like how many Starlink terminals am I going to hit while I'm out and about in my Jeep? Like maybe we should put a counter somewhere on station 204. The only thing is
we could do just like a counter at the bottom of the screen. Whenever, like, just like how many things has Jared run over this week that he's run over?
Very few in my life, actually.
And yes, I just used a screwbeam to open up this can.
Hey, you're being as...
I didn't want to break a nail.
You're doing whatever
don't damage
you can.
your nails.
I could have opened it for you.
Well, I got it.
So, but it's okay.
She's
We'll forgive
resourceful.
you. Yeah, you are.
Thank you.
Very resourceful.
So
I was going to grab one of those, but there's like 200 milligrams of caffeine in that.
Uh-huh.
And I have to sleep. Well, I do. You don't. I do.
it's only 10 calories. One of the reasons I like it, I don't know if you can see it, but this is called Cosmic Stardust, right? So, and I get it from Target.
Not sponsored by
I'm drinking
Cosmic Stardust.
Right, it's 10 calories.
Matches your hair.
It does have no sugar, but there is 4 grams of carbs. So if you are fasting, this will kick you out of your fast. But it's like it tastes decent. It's pretty sweet, even without the sugar. And it's like 110% of your vitamin B6, B12, all of the vitamins and things.
All the bees.
Very nice.
Yep, exactly. So anyhow,
I think not just Starlink terminals. How many has Jared run over? Counter. I think we should also have a number of Cybertrucks pulled out by Jared counter.
So
as well.
For those of you who are members, we can talk about my canceling of my Model X and my Cybertruck, which we will go over we'll go over that in the post show. But
That's
like,
good
yeah.
though.
And to see all of that, you can
Yeah.
become a member for just
Exactly.
99 cents a
So
month.
yeah, Ryan,
Yeah.
you said you had a few things. So we went over the maritime stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what else you got
Quickly
for
though,
us?
before we move, I just want to say that Loopy's comment. My suspicion is that they're showing it with domes off for promotional reasons, but realistically, installations will be done with a dome. Maybe, but who knows?
That doesn't seem the case.
Someone knows, but I don't know who that someone is.
Honestly, that doesn't seem like the case. It seems like it's a perfectly viable package as it is.
Yeah.
Like it's not a bare naked antenna that they need to point in different directions, which is why the other ones have a dome.
So they just point it.
No comment.
So
Sorry, I'm just eating. Okay. Next.
So the incredible library at images.nasa.gov.
Oh my God! I see that in preview.
And we NASA. So instead of showing us this live, they've waited until they can download it off their SD cards and then upload it after the fact, a few weeks later. But we have new footage of the SLIS wet dress attempt 4. And we can actually see the engines gimbaling, and
that's
we
pretty
didn't have
cool.
footage of this for the news, so I had to use test. Look, it's going gimbaling.
Oh, man.
I had to use test footage from the VAB in the news because we didn't have this at the time. But this beautiful 4K 60 footage of the.
By the way, I'm calling shenanigans with their whole ITAR thing.
Yep.
Like,
Me too.
They aired all of this with shuttle. I don't see anything on this screen that's ITAR restricted.
Nope.
Like, what?
Did ITAR exist during shuttle?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Look at this angle. This is my favorite angle. You're so
Yeah, me
close.
too.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
look at this.
Oh, look at that.
You can see the rippling in the shrouding. It's incredible.
That's really cool.
What my favorite thing about this is that you're seeing maximum gimbal. So this is both like absolutely amazing to see this in action, but also like, dear God, I hope it doesn't actually end up looking like that, because that's not gonna be good if it's gimbaling that much. That's not good.
They were also it looked like they were gimbaling in opposite directions.
That's a roll program.
That makes sense.
Gotcha.
Why are we?
You can't gimbal them to the maximum stroke of each axis at the same time. They can't go all in or all out. I mean, they can all go all out, but they can't go all in at the same time.
They might touch.
Too close together.
Yeah. Wait.
This is beautiful. Oh yeah.
Oh man, look at that. Are the SRB nozzles also going to be able to gimbal? I think so, right?
They should be, yeah.
They did in shuttle.
They did in shuttle.
Yeah, well, definitely. And I think I've seen in the qualification motor tests, before the start, they do like a very quick gimbal, and they're very fast on the gimbals as well. So.
Well, yeah. They need to be.
Yeah, definitely.
It's also a lot of thrust there.
just a small amount, just a couple million pounds per.
That's really beautiful.
So man,
I love the way that looks.
that brings me back. Today's the 11th anniversary of the final launch of a space shuttle.
Oh my God, it's been 11 years.
11 years since Atlantis took to the skies for the final
When did
time.
I get old?
I don't know. When did I get old too?
Over 11 years ago.
Thanks.
But you wear it well.
Sure. Sure. That's really cool. So, do you have any more data? I unfortunately, I've been really heads down over a company. I didn't even know we did another wet. Oh, you said, hang on. This is from the previous wet dress attempt.
This is from the previous wet dress.
Right,
It's
so this is the one from
instead
a
of
ways
deciding to
ago.
show this on the broadcast, NASA decided it would be better to download it, hold it for a few weeks, and then show us after the fact, rather than live, which they totally could have done.
Well, hang on. But to be fair, so yeah, I'm going to backtrack my statement before of two things to know. One, they did not share all of their camera views from shuttle. They had certain views that were approved for on air.
Yeah.
And like
That is true.
I don't
They
ever
had
remember.
They have hundreds of cameras all over these pads.
I would say 807. I'm just kidding. But then number two, yeah, there's not 807. But then number two, and I think this is an important point, and it may be, I may be mistaken, but when shuttle was going through, because shuttle did a static fire test. Each shuttle had its own static fire, which is pretty cool. Oh yes, right.
Yes.
Hang on.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that that was a very long time ago, though, for them.
I know.
Like 11 years.
Definitely longer than 11 years ago. So. I believe wouldn't Endeavour have been the last one to have been static fired?
Yeah, most likely. And they're weird looking. So
And that would have happened in '92 as well, right? '91 or '92, somewhere around there.
yeah. So I guess it's coming out my computer speaker. Sorry, I'll just turn that down.
Whoops.
So they're weird looking because like the shuttle does a static fire and like you accept like your engine ignition
Twang.
and then you're just like and
No.
and
But the winners from Space Camp are sitting in there, right?
but here's my question. Here's my question. Did they broadcast that live on NASA TV? If the
I
how many rocket companies, NASA included, broadcast live all of their tests? This is not like their wet dress tests. This is not a launch. I would expect during a launch we will get those comms back. We will get their normal NASA coverage back. This is not a launch, so they can claim ITAR. That's a BS excuse. That like there's no way it's ITAR. But I would buy that. This is, they don't want to broadcast their tests because who wants to broadcast their tests?
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. How many rocket companies broadcast their tests? I mean, once in a blue moon you'll see something from someone, but like very rarely. And I don't think that's really fair.
Leaks.
Leaks? Sure. I mean, yeah, but I'm not counting that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you. I understand.
So I'm just saying that this is not. Everyone's all angry at NASA for not doing this live, but also this isn't a launch. This is a wet dress. Why would they do this live?
I'm just proud of them that they captured it in 4K.
Yeah,
Or
no,
6K
Yeah,
or
they've
something.
stepped it up, baby.
no kidding. Yeah.
So isn't NASA TV still in
It's
720?
16 by 9.
Isn't STV what?
Still 720?
No.
it is.
So ish. They are working on stuff. They are working on moving to 4K
Pretty sure the
60.
live streams are still 720, but they have the infrastructure available for 4K 60.
So that
Or
is
some of it's there ready. They just they still need to upgrade some stuff.
They're struggling.
But a lot of it's ready to go. But because of the legacy equipment, they still have to hold to that lower resolution.
That's exactly
But for
correct.
stuff like on the image archive, you can download. This is 4K 60 video. You can download it and see it in 4K. They just can't broadcast it at that resolution.
Well, they can. They do have a 4K broadcasting channel. They do have broadcast 4K capabilities, and they are currently working on upgrading their control rooms to 4K. So at least in Kennedy Space Center, I do not believe Johnson Space Center is working on that same upgrade.
Just in time for everybody to transition to 6 or 8K.
I don't actually think that that's the next transition point. I think the next live transition point is going to be HDR. I mean, 8K is going to be a thing for the really ginormous screens, but I think HDR is the next big one. Now you can peek into my own brain.
Sorry,
but
I
having
derailed you.
having said that, you're not wrong, Ryan. Like that, so NASA has the ability to do 4K 60 live, but a lot of their handoffs to their partners can't do that yet. So they have to stick it, compress it back down all the way to HD SDI, which is 720 60. I don't even think they can do 3G SDI, which is 1080p 60. So that's, I think, why they're because they want to be progressive. So I think that's why they're 720p 60, because they want that frame rate, which from an engineering standpoint, temporal data, crazy important, right? You want frame rate before you want resolution in most star, right? Every situation is different.
Yeah.
So that's why they made those choices. And that's why it aggravates me to no end when we do integrated stuff at Company X, because I get handcuffed into 720p. I'm like, but I don't want to. But I don't want to.
At least it's no longer a potato by 9.
That's true. What did you call up in? What's your name, Ryan? what are we looking at in on your screen?
This is just. We should really do like Ryan's top picks from images.nasa.gov for the week. These are just some.
Actually, I love that idea.
That were released.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
When SMS was on the pad. I think these are really cool.
Someone got a new slider.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
They did.
Yep.
Nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Now let's get the slider to do this during a launch, so you could just see SLS just like, and then it's and an empty pad.
Buried in smoke.
So as I take a bite, I actually looked at that 439A. I looked at a system that was going to. It was crazy.
Like a wire cam.
No, because that would not. Think about that for a second. And
Bummer.
why that wouldn't work.
Well, this is why I don't.
Drones? What about drones? Can we have drones? I want drones.
Oh, we could do a drone. It's no big deal.
No, you can't. The range will not allow them to get close enough to the vehicle.
Just put it on.
If you have enough drones, they can't snipe them all.
Look,
no, but they can shut down your launch.
They can pull your next launch permit.
Yeah, these are people you don't mess with. So no, instead what it was a track-based system, and it would start up. It would start, basically a crazy train, and it would have like
all aboard.
All aboard.
Sorry.
Yeah, and it would start way back by one of the fuel farms, and then it would basically start running at, and I don't know the conversion, but I think it was 45 miles an hour from the fuel farms up the pad deck, and then it would start going up the fixed service structure.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. This thing was crazy. I loved it.
That's almost like the roller coaster escape system that they were thinking of for.
But reverse.
But what we
Nice.
But what we couldn't figure out how to do and cannot figure out how to do this day is protect the camera assets from the vehicle.
I'm sorry, you just
And
have
you
to
not just put it in a
sacrifice.
plastic box.
Acrylic ball.
Yeah.
Encase it in acrylic.
Yeah.
You sacrifice one every launch.
No, not at these prices. You do not, my friend.
Take the one that's the oldest and just sacrifice it. I'm sorry. Throw it into the volcano. That's the way it goes.
No.
Why don't you? Okay, phrase stuff right. You get a big glass pipe. You just ignore the bit on the ground. That's who cares.
You pump
get
all
a big
the
glass
air out
pipe.
of it.
You put it on. Stick it to the side of the tower, fixed service structure, and then you just have when the rocket launches, you just have the camera go whoop, and it's already protected. Like all your problems are solved. I don't know why you didn't think of this. Like, it's so obvious.
Great
It's
idea.
it's so clear.
Thanks, Reddit.
Love it.
Listen, I was on r/GoPro, and they said that at 210 decibels, it should be fine. So
Should be. No
Yeah, you
empirical.
use
No
GoPros
empirical
on the side of
evidence.
Falcon 9. Just use it on the side of fixed service structure.
Actually, Ryan, if you want to figure out exactly, they released some of this data. If you want to figure out exactly what we had to deal with regards to just like one engine, one Merlin engine, go back to that Maritime page. Maritime. I've been doing that all day. I was like, they're like Maritime. I'm like Maritime, MERRY, and now I did it on the air. Maritime. Go back to the Maritime page and take a peek at the force that a single Merlin engine puts out that you have to deal with, and now try to figure out how you're going to deal with that with an optical asset right next to it.
1,000
Yeah.
libs of force.
190,000
libs of force.
Your glass
Okay, let's
tube.
do this.
Your glass tube.
I love this. It's about 1.7 million pounds of thrust. So, hey, how
That's
about
only, what is that?
what if
7,606,458.936 newtons. That's easy
And-
peasy.
and how
lemon
many-
squeezy. Don't know what you're moaning about.
How many newtons does it take to shatter glass?
a few? Like, it's got to be like 8 million, 9 million, maybe.
60 pounds of force. So converting it to newtons is pointless.
I'm sorry. How many
Okay, so
pounds
it
of force?
takes-
No, hang on. This is
It
very
takes-
very simple.
It takes 60 pounds of force
To shatter glass.
shatter glass.
And Merlin had 190,000.
1,710,000 pounds force. So,
Okay, so-
if we just do some simple maths here, you need glass that is 28,000 times stronger.
You know what?
Plus,
You know what?
plus the
Hang on.
safety factor.
I'm gonna take. No, hang on. No, I'm gonna take a book out of Star Trek 4, and I'm gonna say we just need
Transparent aluminum.
transparent aluminum,
Which is a
Exactly.
real thing.
It is now. Yes, it is.
You thought you were being funny. Now I guess we're going to have to hold you to your own standards. So I hope you're ready.
Cool. Anyhow,
So
How much red can you take out of a video if you shoot through sapphire?
This is why everyone unsubscribes from this channel. Okay.
No, Jamie, you're wrong. We're positive. We're positive. Look,
I think
plus
that you
36.
could. I think.
Plus 36.
Why 45 miles an hour? Why
Wait,
can't you go
refresh
faster?
the page.
Why's it got to be 45? Why can't you just accelerate on the way up? Like strap a rocket
Still plus
onto it
36.
and time it so that when the rocket it comes off a rail and it attaches to Falcon 9 and it keeps going.
Sure. Okay, moving on. Did you have any other pretty pictures, Ryan?
No.
Okay, I love that idea. I think you coming back with like your weekly 3 favorite images. I think that's great. Also, I love the like stripe through the middle of the world, effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do not cover the equator.
Well, kind of. Like if you look in South America, like there's a little bit of coverage. You know, a little closer.
Also, it says inland coverage here, right? Just one gripe before we move on. It says inland coverage down here. The UK, very clearly, at least the northern tip of Scotland, no one cares about. Inland coverage, quite obviously available, right? I put my address in to try and get these prices right. Apparently, it's not available. I know I don't live on a boat, but according to this map, I should get access to Starlink Maritime. So, SpaceX needs to up their game.
Well, is it okay? Jared?
And this was Ryan's rant.
Yeah, exactly. We get 3 images from Ryan every week and 3 rants from Ryan every
That's
week.
good. That's some real good stuff. So
Jared.
yeah. Well, guess what? I've got a very busy week ahead. Not of my own doing. But because we have the first images that are going to be coming from the James Webb Space Telescope.
We're excited about that at work too. That's been going around the office.
Oh my goodness! Hey, maybe we can use James Webb to do the camera move. Thing. We could put Webb on a big rail and.
Actually, another thing that I've always wanted to do, but I haven't actually been able to figure out how to effectively do. I really want to have so it's not James Webb, but I want to have a geo-locked satellite looking at the launch site and actually see in like decent resolution and decent frame rate the launch coming off live. Now you can kind of do that with some of those image capture systems that are like one frame whatever, and then they post process it, and then you get like an animated GIF later or GIF. But I want to do it live. I want to get a live satellite looking down at the launch pad so you can see the rocket coming at you. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, I believe China's actually done the post-launch version of that.
Yeah,
so,
you can. There are a couple places that can do the post version of it. I want to do it live.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see that too. That would be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be. I'm not sure if it's legal. Right? Because you'd be looking down at a Space Force base and then airing that publicly. I'm not sure you're allowed to.
I kind of think they'd frown on that.
Yeah. I think NOAA would shut that down.
Yank a broadcast license?
I'm not still bitter.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Not
Why would
at
you be?
all.
Why would you be?
Don't. Yeah, Chris, don't cross NOAA. All right. Anyhow.
If you just want to quickly see, I've mocked up an artist's impression of Jared's solution. As you can see, it would very clearly work.
You know what? I think it would
Not
only
to
cost.
scale.
Giving us the ability to show
So-
all of our screens is either the best or worst thing we've ever done.
I think this is. I think this is a true statement.
Actually,
This is not photoshopped.
Ryan. I think Webb
It's true.
is actually not far off from how big it actually is, in case you wanted to know. So I know you're trying to be funny and all, but we didn't spend $6 billion more and 15 more years than expected. There you go. That looks a bit better. Ryan, if you give us $1 billion, we'll set that to scale.
So Jared, talk to me about James. Talk to me about these James Webb images.
Yes,
Because what's on the left there?
Okay, so I just wanted to show this because these are some of the engineering images that have been coming down to try to get the instrumentation, or basically the sensors that will be taking the data in. And over on the left, we have an image from Spitzer, which was our best infrared telescope that we had up until recently. And we launched this thing called James Webb, which the MIRI instrument over on the right there is the image from Webb, and this is the same spot in the sky. So just to kind of show you the difference in resolution and ability
can you read that,
with that
Jared?
there. No, I cannot because I'm full
you know what?
screen
Hang
here.
on. I'll read it
So-
to you. Bennett would like to know how many single points of failure in that image.
None that you can see.
Good answer, Dada.
Thank you,
Good
Dada.
answer.
Good answer. Yeah, we're. Oh my God! Thank God we're past that point of the points of failure, for now. And as you can see, the resolution, the fine resolution, is amazing from what we've been able to get just in the commissioning phase with Webb. And now that we're in the engineering phase, which is basically let's take the instruments, let's really let them
Oh
rock.
my God, you're prepared and everything. You're
Oh,
about to,
I came ready today.
you came ready today.
Oh, you gave me power, and
Oh, yeah.
I will now exercise that
at
power. So take a look at this. This is actually a image from the fine guidance sensor on board of Webb. And
Wait, hold up. So this isn't even the main mirrors? These are just like the guidance sensors?
Yes. Yeah, this is what they use to point Webb.
This is the sight glass.
And I'm just going to go ahead and go to real resolution with this real quick. You ready? How's that? Ain't that nice?
It's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be good. Look at this! Look at all these galaxies! Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. If you were here pre-show,
Oh my God.
you
Tickle
saw
Stuff.
me looking at this galaxy right here.
Tickle Stuff says you can see the scratches in the sky dome.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this. You can actually see regions that are warmer than other regions, which indicates things like starbirth is occurring in those areas. Active areas are with that. We can see structure in the spiral arm
Is that
and other things.
is that the Eye of Sauron?
It could be. Actually, unfortunately, you'll notice that there are a large number of Eye of Saurons out in our, turns out our entire universe, Eye of Saurons.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh, just absolutely cannot wait for this. I was pulling up the target list real quick to kind of take a look at what we're going to be looking at, and one of them is going to be the Carina Nebula, which is jokingly called the Pillars of Destruction because it's long finger-like structures of gas and dust. We're also going to get the Southern Ring Nebula. That's about 2,000 light years away. It's a nice ring nebula surrounding a dying star. In addition to that, we're going to get a gravitational lens as well, where a galaxy in the foreground, its gravity is bending the light of a galaxy behind it so that you could see Matthew McConaughey in it. And then we'll also get Stephen's Quintet, which is 4 galaxies that are grouped so close to each other that sometime in the next 100 million years they're actually going to merge into one big gigantic galaxy, and they are a beautiful thing to look at. Thing that I am very excited about is that we are also going to be looking at WASP 96b. That is an exoplanet, what's called a hot Saturn. So basically something the size of Saturn, but orbiting very, very close to its star. And what's so exciting about Webb, the most exciting thing about Webb to me is that it's going to be able to analyze the atmospheres of exoplanets. And that just blows my mind because it's going to tell us like what very precisely those atmospheres are made out of. We'll find things like carbon dioxide, oxygen, water vapor. I mean, like in detail that
we
we've
could already do that.
we can do that, but not to this level of detail.
Okay, so just a
we can
finer-
say, so with Hubble, we've been able to look at different exoplanets around stars, and we've been able to say, okay, we think there's water vapor there, and we think that there's carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. But with Webb in the infrared, because of the specific wavelengths in infrared, we could actually detail that even better and get even more precise. We could even maybe get down to the specific, maybe the specific isotopes of elements that are there.
Can we see
I
an
don't know
alien-
if we will.
Can we see an alien
but-
airplane flying in the atmosphere?
And you joke about that, but
I do.
possibly if the
No.
right chemicals are there. Absolutely.
We can see alien chemtrails.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that we could, but I'm saying that it
He's
sure
also
would
not
be
saying that
funny.
we can't.
But there are things that would be sort of dead ringers for life and other stuff like that. You know, like if we saw chlorophyll, that would definitely be a bit of a dead ringer for life. being there.
There is a question from the chat room from
Sure.
I believe it's Galaxy. What is the pointing out bits around the black dot? So I think the question is like, why are there black dots, and then what's going on with the?
Yeah. So essentially, what you're seeing here is the instrument being overloaded. So it's like if
it took its first picture and it's already overloaded.
Yeah,
Great.
it's like my
JWST
eye!
is too good for its
My
own nature.
gigantic 8.4 meter cold eye. Yeah, basically that's what's happened
Hotspot.
at that point with it right there. It's just overloaded it in the infrared, and then the spikes there are simply caused by the instrument and the way light works. Sorry. So
we actually work really hard to sometimes get that star filtering effect on cameras, and you will literally put a filter in front of your lens. To give
star
you-
filter. Absolutely.
It's literally called a star filter, and you can actually
Filter 4.
Well, it depends on the filter, and you can change the number of legs on the star based on the filter you get.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Isn't that based on typically on the number of leaves in the shutter?
You can do that too.
Yes.
So you mean the aperture?
Aperture.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can do that too, but it doesn't always quite work that way. But usually you use a filter like this, at least.
I love how that first image had like a bunch of hexagonal.
Which can we see that again?
Yeah, let me pull that back up for you.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. So the image on the right, it looks like it's got that aperture effect.
Hold on, I'm coming in.
This is kind of funny.
This?
The James Webb book a filter.
Yeah.
Someone at NASA being like, we need more depth of field, here.
So
more
are you
depth of
talking
field."
about this right here? How it's kind of like a little bit of a snowflake instead of just a straight up spike of light coming out of it?
I can't see what right here you're referencing.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh
went-
yeah, your mouse doesn't.
You went
show
into
up.
presentation and then your mouse goes away.
Your mouse goes away.
Okay.
But yeah, the one the big star on the top.
The big star on the top.
This one right here.
Yep. Yeah. Again, he can't see your mouse.
Oh
but
my
yes.
gosh. I feel like when people come to Griffith to give talks to us, and then we've got a monitor in front of them so that they could see behind them, and they start
They
using the
pointing at
laser
their
pointer
monitor?
down there, and I go, boy, am I glad I didn't get a PhD. So. Yeah.
Proper Course says the one
Good
in the
stuff.
lower left. Can we see it? The one in the lower left with the largest star has hexagonal shadows. So lower left. Yeah, I have to talk into the microphone. I assume.
What, that one?
Yeah. It's got like a circle in the middle, and then
Yeah.
it's got
Look,
1,
yeah,
2,
I
3,
think
4,
I
5,
think
6.
I think your description of like it looks like a snowflake was a really good description.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really
So
nice. Yeah.
well, I mean, think about what are the shapes of the shapes of the smaller mirrors that make up the primary mirror of Webb.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Yep. Okay.
yeah.
This is really cool. And when are we supposed to get the
We're getting them Tuesday, baby.
Tuesday? And
Tuesday.
What are you taking Tuesday off then? Like,
No,
what's your plan?
Is it a national holiday?
No, it's a Jared holiday.
No, I'm busy working through the week, specifically on web-related things. So, yeah. So this
Are you all going to be nerding out?
probably? Yeah. I would really like to make an episode of Tomorrow Space News about the images.
You should.
and break each of them down.
Did you all like how we
So-
broke out news this week? So it was
Yeah.
like I did one day, Ryan did another.
The analytics did. I'm just going to say that. The analytics did.
Yeah, I think it's as long as we can do this in a way that's like sustainable, and I'm just doing one. Ryan does one, Jared does one. I like.
And you know what matters? Numbers. So
I mean, no. What matters is, yeah. Check that out. This is the first time in a long time we've actually had a positive growth in our subscriber base, and a lot of that comes from that one is specifically the weather one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So anyhow, there you go. It's funny. Anytime I'm on camera, and actually we had someone in the chat room earlier today. Anytime I'm on camera, we lose subscribers because people are like, nope, not okay with that person.
Or zero.
Or yeah, well, yeah. Actually, if you look, you can see a bunch of people were like, "Oh, transgender woman, hell no," and then like other people were like, "Okay, there was actually good information here," or something.
yeah, sounds like that's their problem.
Yeah, I mean, is what it is. It's their problem, but at the same time, like me showing up on camera has a negative impact on the channel. So I'm not a huge fan of that. But also, like, voice isn't ready yet, right? So trying, but it's hard.
It's a process.
It's a process. Voice is the hardest part. And like you got to undo 40 years of learning. If I could fix the voice, I think people would like not really have too much of an issue with it. But got to fix the voice. And I tried on the my news episode, but it wasn't great. Anyhow, Coppercore, I appreciate that. Voice seems fine to me. Anyhow, like, yeah. No, and Frankie says I don't think that's true. No. Actually, anytime I'm up on camera, we can watch our subscriber base go down. It didn't used to be that way.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Like I'm not saying anything other than that's what the data shows. So all right. Murray, I want to see you more on camera because you rock. Thank you very much. And Tickle Stuff says phrasing. Did you have? So were you only nerding out about James Webb?
Yeah, that's
all you got.
Just as you've been heads down with all your stuff, I've kind of been heads down with Webb, just because that's been like my focus for the past couple of weeks now.
Yeah, I've been playing with satellite stuff. Go ahead.
Do you even know Jared? He is spent.
Why do you think I'm so sweaty?
No.
It wasn't because I was watching Cops.
No. It's you're like inversed from the normal human, right? The tireder you get, the more hyper you get.
Well, it's not my fault.
Like, I can always tell.
That's delirium creeping in.
Yeah, I was about to say it's just like sleep deprivation, right? You know, it's well, the big problem is that there's cameras aimed at me.
Yes, and it's hot in here.
So yeah. So
we don't
I'm like agitated.
We don't have working HVAC in this room, and it is currently 82 degrees in the studio.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
cool.
toasty.
It's gone up 2 degrees.
Well, because
great.
lights and things.
Yeah, it's great. I turned the air conditioning on, and it went up 4 degrees.
Yeah. You actually have to leave it off because what it does is it just blows hot air into the room.
Oh.
So if you leave it off, the room will cool down. Is it currently on?
Yes.
Oh, well, hang on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You two, Super Source 2.
That was
Go.
great.
Hey.
Hey, it's dance party time. I do want to tell people.
I've lived my whole life without any kind of air conditioning apart from in the car, so you have nothing to moan about.
Okay. Yeah, apparently we don't have anything. Did you say we don't have anything to complain about?
Come a couple clicks south of your current.
Yeah, we're not allowed
longitude.
to complain because Ryan doesn't have air conditioning except for your car. So. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Come on down. You want to come on? You want to come on down? You want to go launch some rockets with me tomorrow? I think it's supposed to be 38, 39 Celsius, something like that tomorrow.
You
want to come along?
I'm busy.
You sure?
I'm busy tomorrow.
Well, are you Are you going out doing amateur rocket launches?
Yeah. I'm gonna go fly some rockets tomorrow.
Do you have pictures?
Or actually, I'm gonna go fly coworkers' rockets to get them certified.
How big of motors are you gonna use?
I think they're flying on an I motor.
I don't remember. That's about like that, right?
Well, it's 38 millimeters and 360 millimeters long.
That's
3 grain. So it's about that. It's about that long.
That's a decent sized motor.
It's high power, so it's like we're not playing with the kids stuff anymore. So
you gonna get video of that?
Probably of theirs. I mean, I flew back in June.
If you do a James Webb update next week, we can give that. If you want to take like Thursday, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd be like.
No,
I would love to give you
for Wednesday.
I'd love to give you Wednesday if you think you can do it.
I'm gonna aim for it. If I can't, Thursday for sure. So
yeah. So can I give you? Because I got to dole out days. Anyhow, but if you have footage from that launch, you should add it at the end in like the blooper section, but just like show like the launch and just like 10 seconds of that launch. Just
yeah. Well, it might end up
but
being
no
a
context.
blooper,
No context.
For all I know.
Yeah.
So,
no, I understand.
Yeah. Well, no, I was talking with Dutta before the show. I could talk about it in the after show, which if you'd like to become a member, you can. Because I shan't I shan't say all the problems that I saw on the rocket. God, why?
I would love to actually. I think amateur rocketry is an interesting and fun way for people to get excited about like embiggenated rocketry and human spaceflight.
Yeah,
and it teaches you a lot about aerodynamics effectively.
Have you ever built a rocket?
Me? Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, used to fly them all the time. Well, because we had back in Minnesota, we had large open areas where we could do this with no people around.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So it was really easy to
smokes.
do that. Yeah, I remember like spooling out the little thing and like we had little electric triggers and or sometimes fire and then you're like, uh-oh.
Okay, now what do we
now yeah, exactly. You're like, Well,
Hold.
it's armed.
we now have live munitions on the range
Yeah.
that haven't done what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. And you're like, do I walk towards it?
Like
No,
my buddy,
run.
like my buddy Chris once said, we've either made a rocket or a pipe bomb, and we're about to find out which one it is. So-
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's a lot of fun. I really think it's fun. I haven't done it in a really long time. Actually,
Hey,
don't-
Zen.
in California, I have no idea where you would go out to, because you want to do it nowhere. Oh, you know, desert.
Apple Valley.
Desert.
Apple Valley,
Yeah, we have,
Lucerne Dry Lake,
I just realized
with
there's
the
tons of deserts.
Rocketry Organization of California. So
Oh, that's cool.
Which actually last month was LDRS, one of the bigger
Loud.
national meetups.
Loud, dangerous rocket ships.
So
Yes.
if you remember, let me know. First off, it would be kind of fun to stream something like that. I'll pick
Yeah.
up like a Starlink RV or something and
So-
bring out a kit. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Actually, this is, we argue constantly over the Starlink versus astronomy angle, right? Like,
Yeah.
Connecting the world versus like kind of ruining the night sky.
Yeah.
Right. But here's a great.
Oh God, no.
But no, here's a great
Not this.
example of where connecting the world really does help, and like we can actually get the world excited about amateur rocketry and going out to the stars,
Lucerne Dry
simply
Lake.
because I can use Starlink to make this happen.
Yes.
LUCERNE.
So tomorrow, unfortunately, I cannot, simply because I am actually out there
No, I can't either. I'm
working.
what I'm saying
So,
is,
well,
give,
I
give me
can't even really technically film
no,
and
I'm
then
so-
show
what-
that off. So,
what-
but later down the road,
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying is someday give me some advance notice, grab a Starlink RV. Wouldn't it be fun on the channel to like do some amateur rocket
I'm
stuff
just
and show it off?
down for an RV because air conditioning. Which, Ryan, you don't understand this, so don't worry about it.
I didn't mean the
So-
literal RV. I meant if you could show blue, please. And by the way, for those who don't know at home, we actually each get our own color, right? So Ryan's favorite color is blue. Jared's favorite color is orange. My favorite color is purple, and Dada's favorite color is also blue. But Dada doesn't get a color, and so they're actually they're colored on the board. So the two orange buttons are the two feeds for Dada. One is his computer, which is named Orange on the board, and he literally has the orange computer sitting in front of him.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, right.
Right there.
Fun. These are fun little
I'm looking
details.
at the chat. And then I'm looking at me.
Well, now we're looking at Dada.
So
I'm just pushing all the buttons
Yeah,
and showing them what.
slam camera 2 in the in program for me for a second. Right. So Jared has the orange computer.
it's a nice orange too.
I have
I really
blue
like
computer.
that. I like
and then
the orange.
Yeah. Okay.
So big orange.
I have a blue light.
I should get Ryan a blue computer. That would be nice of me.
There's
Shipping stuff to Ryan is complicated.
There's
though.
a strange computer over here. What does that do?
Oh, I haven't plugged that in yet,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'll talk about that after the fact. But
All
like
right.
you'll have another computer you can work with because you kind of need lots of things in that
Yeah.
program.
I can always use more screens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have anything this week. Other than what I already talked about on Space News, and then I wanted to know what you as a community thought about breaking out Space News. I did my segment, Ryan did his. I loved. So Ryan was not available this week, and he still cranked out an episode. So huge kudos to Ryan for making that happen.
Good job, Ryan.
And what he did is he recorded his audio for me, and then gave me a bunch of B-roll and a bunch of media on. We use Office 365, so he gave it to. Oh no, you did it. Whatever. He gave me a script.
Yeah. You have
And
stuff. I gave
you
you
gave me
stuff,
stuff.
and you made the thing.
But you did most of the work by like recording the audio and like putting the. I would say
I had to edit the audio as well because I scuffed it about 12 times.
that's okay. I could have edited the audio. It doesn't matter. So you gave me everything necessary for that episode, but there were moments where like you just had covering shots and you were never going to show yourself. But there were moments where I'm like, this covering shot doesn't work here. I really want a picture of Ryan, and so I just had these awkward pictures of you being like. Bouncing back and forth, and before I released it, I did ask your permission to release it because I'm like, I think this is great, but I can see where someone would get upset, and I thought it was fantastic, and I thought it was really great that you were able to release. I thought it was great that you were able to release the audio and get us something, so we were able to start this test this week and see how it worked. And I would love you. Again, the analytics show that it worked well, but that doesn't mean it actually worked well. And I do like to look at the analytics and see what YouTube says. I also want to listen to you guys and see, because sometimes. Go ahead.
Sorry, Jamie, to interrupt,
No,
but
go ahead.
I'm here with a public service announcement that Tickle Stuff has just given you the perfect solution to your problem.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, hey, and it's orange.
All you need to do is replace that box with a camera
Transparent
and some
aluminum.
shipping, and your problem is solved.
My problem
I
is
don't know
not
if it-
solved.
I don't know who that fella is. I don't know if it goes 45 miles an hour though.
It's not the speed. So the goal was to get random round head in the top right hand corner. The problem is if you want the moment in time you want to use it is as the system is igniting, right? So
Sorry, the head.
you want to use
Incoming
it
transmission.
incoming transmission. You want to use it when the engines are igniting. You want to start racing towards or away from the vehicle, right? Either way. But in both scenarios, Merlin, the math did not close. It didn't come close to closing. It was laughable, is what the math was.
What if
we
you
looked at it and we went, no.
What if you use a helicopter to
So
get
again,
that shot?
no, actually we can.
Because you can get a helicopter. Because if Formula One can get a helicopter over their cars.
Look, we can.
You should be
except that
able
we
to.
can't get the helicopter close enough to the vehicle for that particular shot. We are not allowed, and this is why.
Nonsense.
Listen, I give Blue Origin a really hard time over a lot of things, but let me tell you,
When you control your range,
when you control your range,
you can do some amazing things.
and that drone shot that they've got,
Is
best-
amazing things.
best in the industry. There is, I would argue, no shot better in rocket launch than that drone that they've got, and they do it every time. And
Yeah.
it is every time I see that, I'm super jealous, and I am not allowed to get that same shot, and it drives me crazy because I love that shot so
Come on,
much.
Space Force.
If you had the right kind of track, you could do a camera on the top and then just let it free fall on the track, not propel down, and then by the time it gets down to the bottom, maybe it would be going fast enough to not be completely destroyed by sound waves.
I don't think so. So here's another way I describe it. If you watch one of the launches, at about T plus 15 seconds or so, it varies. You're going to see the camera usually cut to a really wide shot of the site. Right? That wide shot is approximately 3 miles away. Someone do the conversion to kilometers. I apologize.
Nope.
Yeah, right. So at 3 miles, you can start to see that camera shaking.
Yeah.
That is Merlin shaking that camera 3 miles away as Merlin is leaving.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
pad,
Jamie.
That is correct.
4.8
4.8 kilometers.
kilometri.
Exactly. Oh my God! And tickle stuff. This would actually be really cool. If you put in 17,000 static cameras, you can do the I believe that's called bullet time.
Yeah.
Which was coined
Yeah,
because
there you go.
the Matrix.
Problem solved.
Matrix.
Don't know what you're moaning about.
Oh come on, tell me, wouldn't bullet time be amazing?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
live bullet
There's
time.
some drumming bloke on Twitch
It was
who does
done-
it
it was-
inside
I
of
think
OBS.
it was done
if he can do it
before-
inside of OBS, then you can do it on your Magic SpaceX
thought,
systems. and
Actually-
I'm not even having any excuses.
Actually, we might be able to because those would be lower cost systems. I don't think we could do it at liftoff.
I thought
though.
Michel Gondry was the person who came up with bullet
Boring.
time. They did it for like he did it for like a commercial. Or
I thought they came up with it for
on
the first Matrix.
on the Starship Tower, as the booster comes in and definitely lands on the chopsticks, you can go.
Right. I'll just stop you with the words on the Starship Tower. Like,
Next to the Starship Tower, build another one.
this is how many cameras I expect.
Hold by
This is how many
Starship
cameras I
Tower.
will expect to survive on that tower. This many. I will be very surprised if we get any of them back. And like
I'm surprised.
You
know,
obviously need to invest
Yeah.
in the
I think-
heavy-duty GoPro case, which can go to 100 meters underwater.
100 meters underwater. Is that all?
convert from freedom unit.
how about 100 meters? How much pressure is that?
Aravel, as long as the tower itself survives.
Yeah, that's. I would pay very good money to see a bullet time rocket launch. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. I just don't know how to, because the thing with the bullet time cameras is they need to be really stable and really understood. And
Yeah.
right. And the thing is, because those aren't in motion, I'm pretty sure that I've got a system that would allow the cameras to survive, but I don't know that I can account for the vibe at liftoff. But I know,
Gotta have your vibes right.
but like the NFL was doing bullet time, or maybe still does bullet time live using cameras around stadiums, so that might work. I will, in fact, be looking into this. Like, legitimately, I'm going. Oh yeah, hang on. I get so many.
Guess what, Reddit?
Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing history in the making.
Reddit finally struck gold.
No. No. This is not Reddit.
No,
this
you
is
have
us.
buoys around the drone ship doing bullet time as the Falcon 9 lands.
Jeez.
Me, Dutta, and Jamie came up with this. Wow.
No, the internet came up with this. No,
Okay,
actually,
sure.
I'm putting my name on it.
Actually, fun factoid: I open up Reddit /r/SpaceX, /Company X, every launch that I am EIC.
You didn't hear anything.
Yeah, every launch that I'm EIC, which is engineer in charge of the webcast. I open that up and I monitor Reddit, and I can rarely reply to what they're saying, but I'm at least watching to make sure they're having a good experience, that things are working for them.
Very wrong! Exclamation mark. Enter.
And I use it as a kind of a metric to make sure things are working. And there have been times where Reddit has been like, oh, hey, blah, 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 audio. I'm like, I'm seeing this from more than one person. We might have an issue here. And I've been able to like dig into the systems and find legitimate issues in broadcast because of Reddit. So like, I have no issues with Reddit. They've saved my butt from time to time. And there are other times where like issues with audio and I couldn't fix it.
I guess
and I'm like, I'm sorry.
I mean, I joke about Reddit pretty much. That's what it is. It's just ribbing, like sibling ribbing,
fair.
if you
That's
will.
fair.
I'm not trying to be mean.
But you are. You're not trying.
I'm not
You
trying.
don't even have to try. You just are
But I
naturally
am.
mean. Yeah.
So
Actually, this is a decent question. Do I see Twitter on console? I do, but there's a difference with Twitter. It's more of a stream of consciousness as opposed to Reddit, where there's some organization to it, and I can kind of refresh it and like see what people are saying, or like, oh, they're like, oh, hey, webcast started, and then I will actually, when people are saying things about new music, or they're like, oh, this host did an amazing job with this or whatever, or they're like, oh, this host misspoke that. I usually have Reddit on an iPad, actually similar to this. So I'll take the iPad and I'll pass it over to the producer, highlighting that particular comment. And like if we're in a coast phase, if it's the person who made that music, I'll be like, oh my God, the internet loves what you're doing. And we all love to hear that. We love to hear that people are enjoying the crazy hard work that we put into these things. And it is also good to know, be like, oh, actually she acts, because it's when you're on camera, you accidentally say things wrong. That's just the nature of the beast.
we do that all the time.
We did that many times today.
In fact, that's all we do on this show.
Exactly.
According to the comments.
Yeah, well, that's Bennett. That's the other thing. I can't believe the stream has a 40-second delay. So I assume you're talking about the Company X stream, and the reason for that is because
Just put it on ×2 on the YouTube and it'll catch up.
It won't. No, it won't. It won't get any faster than about 30 to 40 seconds, and that's because we set it to normal latency. And the way MPEG works, which is what YouTube uses, is it has to cache so many of the chunks that are cut into 2-second intervals that you end up with about no less than a 30-second delay. Yeah, I can't answer that. I can't talk to that, Dutta.
Jack, I'm just going to say watch out, because soon it'll be starting at T-0 minutes.
Yeah, I can't talk to that.
They'll go live and then Rocket will go straight left off.
So anyhow,
it's because when you start a webcast, it has to be at the certain temperature, and if it's not at, and 5 minutes out,
you can show the question. There's no problem with showing the question.
I didn't put that up.
Oh, sure. I just cannot answer that question.
Ryan, go.
Yeah, like if anyone wants to take a stab at it.
They're lazy and they want more time in bed in the morning, so they get 5 minutes more sleep if they start the webcast 5 minutes later.
What they do is they take all the dishes near the restaurant and they smash as many as they can find to make sure that during any time that the host is talking to the coast phase, they don't accidentally drop any. But as you can tell, it doesn't always work.
So back to the delay. So Company X has about a 30 to 40 second delay, and that's because they're 4K, and in order for us to enable 4K on that stream, we have no option but to select normal latency. And then Robert says, and you have this live stream set for like 8 seconds. It should actually be no more than 8 seconds. It should actually be lower than that. And that's because we're only doing 1080p 24 on this live stream, because for this particular live stream, interaction with the chat room is critically important and latency is very important. But with the SpaceX live stream,
Different priorities.
there's a different priority. There's no temporal anchor there, really. Like, what's it matter?
I
if
guess you're standing next to the rocket, which you won't be there for very long.
Exactly.
Like you don't. You don't know.
Exactly. You don't know. And here's like when you're watching sporting events at home, you actually have about a 30 to 40 second latency on that sporting event if you're watching it on over-the-air broadcast. But you have no temporal anchor. You have no idea. Same thing with a SpaceX launch webcast. There's no temporal anchor. You have no idea. But here, there is a temporal anchor. I just want to use temporal anchor one more time. There is an anchor, and that is you, the chat room. You can see how quickly we're able to react and to your comments, and that's very important in a show like this. Whereas something like SpaceX, where we're archiving this for the future of humanity, the quality is a little bit more important. We want to be able to make this a delightful viewing experience, no matter what you're watching on, be it your mobile phone, your HD TV, whatever. Yes, Jared.
I was going to say, you know what is also at 4K? The James Webb Space Telescope.
Is it going to stream live in 4K? Do I get 4K 60?
Well, I think we've
You
talked
wouldn't
about.
believe the latency on that thing.
Well, Jamie,
Years.
unfortunately, I believe we've talked about why there's no cameras on.
Yes, we have.
On there. So.
Yes, we have. Oh my god.
Chris.
So, all right.
So,
Anyhow, that's why certain decisions are made. And the thing is, with YouTube, I'm always working on making that better. And so where we're at today is not where we're ending. I'll just leave it at there are things that I'm working on that are not working well, and so I can't release them yet because they don't work right. But when we do
Like
get
the
them working,
track up LC39A. Yep, we know.
no, that I just the amount of, and I have to say, it was a very, very expensive solution to make that go. And if we were going to blow it up every time, which we would have, because we were going to do it. We're going to do that for, I want to say that was for Falcon Heavy or Demo 2. I don't remember. Or Demo 1.
I mean, Falcon Heavy, I'm just going to say it's worth it. I don't care how much that costs to a degree, asterisk.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
I will say I did have sacrificial cameras for Falcon Heavy for the demo flight. There was a shot that you actually got to see. It made it into the webcast, and it was like dead square onto the rocket. Like we were perfectly squared up with the rocket. And when you think about the pad and how the pad is laid out, you got to wonder, how did they square that up to the rocket? And the answer is we put the camera in the flame trench, and we were like, dear camera gods, here is our sacrifice.
One for the volcano.
And it worked great. We were able to use it up until LOX started running off, because LOX kind of flows through that flame trench and it kind of went above the camera. And then we kind of got an obstructive view. We get wisps of the rocket from here to there. You see it kind of cut in and cut out. And then it stopped working. It completely and totally stopped working at around, rough guess, T minus 3.3 seconds or so. Round
Don't know
there.
why. Can't think of why.
That camera went over the Rainbow Bridge.
No, it did not. So the camera survived. The camera survived, and it lived on, and it was actually used in future broadcasts, just not in that location. But what did happen is all of the infrastructure that was going to the camera did not survive.
Oh.
And so it just ripped it right out of the back of the camera. And you could actually just see, the cable was plugged into the camera, and you can see where it just sheared right off the port. We were like, oh my. And then there was a concrete boulder this big that landed right in front of the camera, and we were like, one more meter and that camera was toast. So yeah.
That's
Nice.
funny.
Nice.
It didn't rip the camera back plate off. Actually, the camera in and of itself required no service whatsoever after that particular launch.
Dang,
which
I
was
want that. I want that Nokia camera.
Yeah. It was a GoPro Hero 4,
What's
which
it?
arguably is the best GoPros with
Wow.
4. Yeah, that's everything past 4. They started
With the
coming out.
100-meter case.
With the 100-meter case, exactly. That was the secret, Jared. Was the 100-meter case.
That's how it's able to get such good audio.
And then a really, really long HDMI cable.
Oh, did you borrow? Oh, so you borrowed the one for Curiosity.
It was like a 300-foot.
And then we ended up using that one for
3,000
Perseverance's landing.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah, we were getting. Man, that was a real tough one.
Uh,
This is the actual housing that they used. You can see it here.
Oh yeah.
On the internet.
My God. All right. Are we done? Is that the show?
I was gonna say,
did I ever actually update the slates in this system?
No.
Let's take a peek. Do you have slates? You should have some.
I do.
You've got those. Hang on. Let me see.
Hold on.
Are those actually updated?
that
What's the date on those?
I did-
Show media.
I did have one thing I wanted to point out,
7.4.
Okay, yeah,
before we go.
7.4 is current. Yeah, what is that?
which was JTTV in our chat room actually made a very good point, which is that Capstone on its way to the moon.
Oh, we can talk
We
to it
lost
again.
it, and then we heard it again, and
No,
we can talk to it again. And if you want to go to my screen, I'm actually looking at a really great thing that JPL puts out called Deep Space Network now.
I love these.
And as you can see on antenna number 25, which is in Apollo Valley here in Goldstone, California, they are talking to Capstone right now. So pretty cool.
Wait, did they explain
Wait,
what
you
happened?
said 25? 25 is MSL. Capstone is 53
Where's it at? Oh,
in Madrid.
no, Capstone is 25 in Goldstone. MSL's on 35 in Canberra.
Cool.
So it's all good. The spacecraft it's talking to is above
Those.
the antenna. Yeah, I know. It's
Broken up stupid.
That is broken up stupid.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let JPL know.
Yeah.
No, they
So-
it should be in that bar. That's bad UX.
Yes, I agree.
Or if they're not going to put it above the bar, then they should put it below the satellite and above the bar.
Put a single pixel that separates them,
Also,
groups them together.
I just want to say on the 70 meter, they
Ouch.
are downlinking from V'ger right
V'ger.
now.
V'ger.
So
the V'ger
and I
that we're
love-
the V'ger we're decomming, or the V'ger that's still going?
What's up?
The V'ger that we're going to decommission, or the V'ger that's
No,
still going?
we're not decommissioning a V'ger.
I thought we were decommissioning one of the V'gers.
No, that was an
They're powering it
article.
down.
It was an article that somebody wrote, and then like 3 paragraphs into the article, they said in the late 2020s the decommissioning, and it was like, oh, good job, guys.
Oh, that was stupid.
Great job.
I only read the headline on that one. Sorry about that.
Shame on you.
Seki, I'm not looking at it wrong.
It's
bad
bad
UI.
It's bad UX. Yeah, I agree. So
I don't, but it's
but now before we go into slates, do we know what happened to Capstone? Like, why did we lose communications? Because there was for those who don't know, Capstone is going to the moon, and it launched. It launched.
You know, that is my favorite flavor of dressing to put on my salad, raunch. Every time I walk in, I go, where's the raunch sauce?
Thanks. This is great. Any more? You let me know when you're done.
Let me cruise Reddit and see what they
good.
see.
It launched on a.
Tickle stuff.
I love you all.
We love you too.
You're good tickle stuff. You're so good.
Thank you, Chris. So, it launched on Rocket Lab, which you can see how I did that.
Don't you mean Locket Rab?
Rocket Rab. And then I've been doing that all day. I have been messing up. Yeah. I've been not been able to words correctly. So it launched
You've
on...
only been doing it for 40 years.
I know. It launched on Rocket Lab, and then they lost communication with it. Did we get word as to why they lost communication? Like, I never heard. I heard that we lost communication. We couldn't talk to it. Then I heard we restored communication. We could talk to it, but I never heard why. And I know that there was some space weather that just came in, and I can make some assumptions, but I don't know them to be true.
I'm looking.
Unpaid cell bill. Oh, a badly formatted. Okay, so thank you, Joseph. I'll just push this full screen. Hang on. Joseph says it was a badly formatted command, which triggered a bug in the radio receiver. Which hold on, which triggered a third bug.
Why have one bug when you have many?
Plus, a malformed command was sent. So it's like a series of. It's like one of those seconds from disaster shows, right? Where they're like, if any one of these things hadn't happened, it would have been successful. But instead,
it just got all the failure points.
And then the bolt fell out.
the bolts fell.
And then the salsa fell on the bolt.
Yeah.
And then...
So it had nothing to do with space weather.
Yeah. So it was just that with it. I don't know what's up with this article here, but it also said that Twitter basically had a panic and made it sound worse than it was.
No, that sounds legit. That tracks.
No,
All right.
that
On
does
that
track.
note, I feel like this has been a chaos show. And I apologize, everyone, for the chaos. But also, I hope you enjoy the chaos.
Yeah,
Yeah, I really like being able to pull the screens into the show. I think that helps a lot.
it's fun.
I also want to thank all of the TMRO members who helped to make these go. Because of you, we were able to do things like play around with formats and try bringing out space news. You know, if we can get it going, it'll be 4 per week. Well, 5 if you count this show, right? It'll be Ryan does one news, I do another, Jared does a third, Dr. Tamitha Scove, who I really liked space weather in that particular format.
She rocked it.
That was amazing. I really like that. So that's 4, and then this live show is number 5.
So you get 4 good shows, and then this one.
And then this one. So everyone will subscribe, and then
Cherry on top of the cake.
yeah, they'll all subscribe for the space news shows, and then they'll unsubscribe when they hit this one, being like, I don't know what was going on there, but I am not okay with this. So these are the different membership levels. I joined the chaos. Those are the different membership levels. It's whatever you are comfortable contributing to this show, right? And so it starts anywhere from $1 per month, which you do get rewards for that. It's just not your name. This is my favorite slate. Like, I love the Earth one. I really think it's great. I like the escape velocity one too. I like the purple and gold together. I think it's really nice. This is my least favorite one. I need to fix this one. This needs some love. Suborbital members, I'll work on this sometime. It needs some love. And then we've got ground support. And so ground support's at $5 per month, which is basically one grande cold brew that you are contributing to the show per month. And it helps us a great deal. Without your support, we can't keep doing this week after week, month after month. We do have bills to pay. We got a studio space we got to pay for. We got bandwidth to pay for. Like, all of this stuff costs money. And so every single person on every single one of these screens helps a great deal. And a huge special thank you to NeuroStream, which is the first slate, who gets his own custom slate. That one. The TMRO Model 33 Plaid Pro Plus, which happened in a post show. And if you want access to the post show, make sure that you become a YouTube member as well. Any membership level, including the $1 membership level, which is system support, will get you access to the post show. And that is how that got named. It got named by the community of TMRO in real time, and it was hilarious, and I love the name.
And Escape Velocity and Up, you get to be in our Escape Velocity channel on Discord, which is just like, you think this is chaotic. Let me tell you.
Well, you do.
You've seen nothing yet.
You get to see Ryan taking pictures of escalators and claiming they're trains.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they are on tracks.
I just want to say.
They are on a loop. They can be quite boring.
Oh, my God.
I have some train photos today to show to our members.
Oh, yeah?
So just a handful of train photos. That's it.
So if you want to see them, remember to become a member. YouTube.com/TMRO/join, or the bright blue join button below. Click it, give us money, you get to see stuff.
So, speaking of trains, so the train system that was going to go up the 39A structure. Hang on a second, let me call it up. I will show you guys, because I feel like this is a really good way.
Whoa!
I know, really cool way to end the show.
I want to go on a ride on that.
But you see also why we can't deploy. Hang on. Let me embiggenate
Oh my
this.
gosh!
All right,
that is so.
I know.
Like
So,
with everything.